And the U.S. is keeping a watchful eye on the fragile Gaza ceasefire. Reports say the U.S. military is flying drones over the Gaza Strip to monitor the ceasefire. Now, it is also hopeful of putting together an international force to police the ceasefire soon. As Palestinian factions have agreed that a temporary Palestinian committee of independent technocrats would run the post-war territory. Now, during a meeting in Cairo, Hamas and other main Palestinian factions agreed the committee would manage the affairs in cooperation with Arab brothers and international institutions. A joint statement also called for a meeting to agree on a national strategy to revitalize the Palestinian Liberation Organization as sole legitimate representative of the Palestinian people. Hamas is not part of the PLO, which is dominated by its longtime rival, Fatah. The U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has reiterated that Hamas cannot be involved in governing Gaza in the future. Rubio, the latest top U.S. official to visit Israel, also expressed hope of soon putting together an international force to police the ceasefire. But he added that Israel would have to be comfortable with the makeup of the international force.
We haven't formed that force yet, so there's still work going on. There's a lot of countries that are offered to do it. Obviously, as you put together this force, it'll have to be people that Israel's comfortable, or countries that Israel's comfortable with as well.
According to the New York Times, the U.S. military is keeping a watch over the ceasefire using drones. The report says that the surveillance flights over Gaza suggest that the administration wants to know what's happening in the enclave without solely relying on Israeli information. Citing Israeli and American military officials, the report says the surveillance drones are assisting the mission of the newly established U.S.-Israel Civil Military Coordination Center, and that the aircraft are monitoring developments on the ground in Gaza with Israel's consent. Now, the United States has named veteran diplomat Steve Fagan as the civilian lead in a body which is monitoring the Gaza ceasefire. He will work alongside U.S. Army Lieutenant General Patrick Frank. Now, these appointments were made last week as U.S. seeks to push forward a durable end to the war. Meanwhile, another report, this time for Israeli media, says that U.S. President Donald Trump won't be happy with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu if the Israeli leader jeopardizes the Gaza ceasefire deal. The correspondent on Channel 12 actually used an expletive to describe Trump's potential reaction, which we cannot repeat here. The remark reflects growing frustration in Washington with recent political moves in Israel, particularly the Knesset vote to advance 2 bills to annex parts of the West Bank. President Trump has already warned Israel against any attempts at West Bank annexation.
The West Bank is, don't worry about the West Bank. Israel's not going to do anything with the West Bank, okay? Don't worry about it.
Prime Minister Netanyahu was asked if the U.S. is dictating Israeli policy after Trump said he blocked West Bank annexation, and Netanyahu replied that they will always say that it doesn't matter. Israel is an independent country. Netanyahu is facing pressure from both sides on this issue. Meanwhile, a majority of Israelis think that Netanyahu should not run in the next election. According to a poll aired by Channel 12, 52% of Israelis think he should not run. That is compared to 41% who think that he should, and 7% were not sure.